What's going on? It is Indy's #1 station for the hip hop and R&B Hot 963. Your man B Swift in here with my dog from the West Coast, Vince Staples. What's poppin', brother?
Man, great to see you again, man. Great to see you.
Always, man. You out here working right now.
Yeah, man. That's all you can do nowadays. That's all you can
Man,
do.
you doing it. We were just talking. We about halfway through this Life Aquatic tour.
Yeah. It's been good, man. I'm just happy everybody having a good time. You know what I mean? Cause that's really important to me to come to touring. You know, everybody got they I guess their goals and things like that. But mine's kind of changed a little bit recently. And well, not changed, but just I kind of heightened and focused a little bit more on it.
Right.
And this tour kind of the process, you know, the I guess the progression of that. So just to see people having a good time and coming out, I really appreciate it.
Now that's dope that you make sure it's about the fans and it's not about you. Like, all right, I got to put together this dope 60-minute set, this dope hour-and-a-half set. Like, no, we're gonna make sure the fans enjoy every moment of my set.
But see, you know, the funny part about that is even if it is about you in a sense, when it comes to that, if that's what you think about, it will still come out cool. But it's a lot of the times, man, it's just the money,
Right.
and things like that. And I'm blessed enough to where I'm able, you know, take care of my mom and help support my family in certain ways. And I don't need much. I'm straight.
Right.
So as long as I can pay my rent, you know, and my oil change come on time, I don't need nothing else. So it's like, I had went to play Coachella and I had seen Sia set and all these people sets, and it was just crazy to me because it's like, man, I don't know really much of their music. LCD Sounds has been Primavera in Spain. I don't really know a lot of their music, but I watched their whole show, and I was entertained for an hour and a half, 2 hours almost, because they was playing long sets out there.
Oh wow.
And in my head, it wasn't necessarily because of the music. A lot of times we do a rap show, you get stuck on the familiarity. It's like you waiting for your song, you waiting for this, waiting for that. On our scale, you know what I
Right.
mean? Kanye West, Jay-Z, Drake, them is different. That's a different thing, you know. Them dudes that earn what they got. But it's like when we on a smaller scale, it's like just we waiting for that song. But in my head, it's like I want to be able to where I watched a lot of movies and stuff when I was growing up. So I wanted it to be to a point to where you don't have to know one of my songs to have fun inside of my concert. Because you go see a movie, all you seen was a 30-second trailer, and you're able to sit there for an hour and a half and pay attention. It's sound that plays a lot in the movies because you ain't gonna watch it on mute.
Right.
But it's also the visual aspect of it. So I just wanted to bring something that I felt like was equivalent to what I had seen, but within whatever our budget is, because our tickets ain't going over $20-$25. I don't really believe in that.
Right.
So just if you pay $20-$25, your last 40-50, you deserve a good show too. So that was really us trying it out. So we just happy it's working.
No, that's dope. Now let's talk, because you like to paint movies, and of course we got the Summertime '06, and then you dropped the Prima Donna joint, and the Prima Donna joint was really like an eye opener for those who maybe wasn't a fan of yours and caught on, and that 7 tracks was very painted.
Yeah.
If I'm, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's funny about that because a lot of people that listen to my music for a long time can't stand that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but it's crazy because it's like, it's just crazy how that works. Some people say that's EDM, and some people say it's not hip hop, and you can't rap. Oh, you can't rap about black issues if white people made one of the beats, and just hear crazy. Yeah, I hear the craziest stuff. But it's like, to me, what happened with Prima Donna is I seen the Amy Winehouse documentary. When I was younger, I was a real big fan of Amy Winehouse just because she's talking about just drugs and rehab, things like that. My dad was doing drugs when I was a kid, so when you a kid, you find something to relate to in music, and you pay attention to it. And I always listened more than I talked when I was a kid, so I was able to really learn a lot from that. I watched that documentary and just seeing how we treated that artist and that person who brought something to the world that we ain't had before.
Right.
And it amazed me. But I was talking to my manager about it, and that's just something that happened a lot when you think about it. Look at how people turn on Michael Jackson, turn on Jimi Hendrix, turn on Kurt Cobain, turn on Tupac, turn on all these people. And I feel like a lot of times fans didn't notice this. So I wrote the script for a little short video thing, and I made the music kind of to go along with that, and like a soundtrack sense. Like that video was really the main purpose of that whole project, because that's just an idea I was trying to get across to how we treat our artists sometimes, and with them not being able to be people is crazy.
It's so nuts. Now, after doing that, because it was something different for you, and like you said, you watched a lot of movies, that was your thing. Is this something Vince wants to do when Vince gets tired with music? It's like, hey, I want to take a break. Let's go do some short stories, or let's really sit down and write a movie about this and that.
The fact that music was never what I wanted to do growing up, I have a real appreciation for it, and all the doors it's open. Like I don't think I'll ever be one of the people that's just like, oh, this is too much, this is that, because I wouldn't have had nothing else to do. I would know I honestly don't know what I would be doing, where I would be without this. I didn't graduate from school. I ain't had no stable home life. We ain't had no money. I would have probably been where my homies and my little brother at, anything like that. So I I have a great appreciation for it, but doing music also taught me to never cut nothing out
Right.
of your options just because movies were so so important to me growing up. You know, in a house where my grandparents ain't really speak English like that, but they was taking care of us, and we just watched movies all day, and because that it was cheap, they throw the VHS on. It's definitely something that I think is important to the world. You seen how when Get Out came out, how it just changed a lot of people's perspective
Most
because
definitely.
it's just something they had been waiting to see, and it's something that they hadn't seen before. And even when it comes to like movies like The Fences and Moonlight and all this other thing that we ain't seen before. So I definitely think that's something if I'm able to play a part in, I wouldn't ever shun it. I would like to do that.
All right, now I gotta ask you this because I've always wondered, coming out of the LBC,
Mhm.
you following a lot of great footsteps.
Mhm.
Snoop Dogg, Warren, Nate Dogg. Can't forget about Nate. Like, how does it feel to have that torch? I know Snoop stands on you. He stamps you and he loves you. So how does it feel to get that torch from the big homie? Like, hey, it is what it is.
It's funny because Long Beach is such a small place, and it's not nowhere nobody really go or come from. Like you go to the army, you get stationed in Long Beach and stay. Like that's the extent of people moving to Long Beach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go to college, and you stay. So it's like it mean a lot because it ain't. And one thing about Long Beach, man, is that all the nonsense you see about Snoop and all the other stuff, don't believe it. None of that is true. He one of the only people I can really think about seeing when we was kids. Him and Willie McGinnis that played in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
They was there all the time when they did the football league and giving us and Terry Kenny the skateboarder and Pharrell's running around there giving us whatever that we need and making sure we had so many opportunities. So it's not a surprise to anybody from Long Beach to even speak to him or
Right.
speak to Warren or speak to any of these dudes, because they always been so close. And Warren used to live around the corner from my neighborhood when he had a house inside like the gated community. Once you get on the corner like North Long Beach, where it turned into Lakewood, which is
Right.
like the better part of town. He used to live right there. We just see him at the Target and the Fat Burger in the hood all the time. And he knew everybody's name. So like, when I met him, he's like, "Yeah, I remember when you was a little kid." I was like, "For real?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm dead serious. You got the same face." I was like, "Oh, for sure." It's like it mean a lot, but then it's not surprising because they support everybody, bro. And we lucky to have them kind of people around because I don't care how small you are, how big you are, how left your music or how right it is, what neighborhood you from, they're gonna find a reason to support you, and it mean a lot. But it's definitely not out of their character.
That's real and that's dope. Now let's talk music real quick, and I'm sure you're not going to talk about it because everybody says you won't talk about it. But the album is on the way.
Yeah, I mean it's not even that. It's just that I ain't finished yet. You know, what I
Okay.
mean? It ain't done, so I can't really say what and when because I don't know what and when yet. It's just honestly when it comes to interviews, it's the way people ask questions. Like, bro, I just had an interview the other day where the dude told me he loved my music, but sat there in the same breath and said, "Yeah, I've been covering rap music for 30 years since yada yada, and it's all nonsense. It's all nonsense. These dudes selling these dreams, and it's about these drugs, and it's that, and it's that, and it's like, so I be in irk sometimes because it's like,
Yeah.
how you gonna sit here and tell me that you appreciate what I do and I come from the same place they come from? It's just my perspective might be a little different, or the way I say it might be different. And you calling them nonsense because they sharing their life stories. Like a lot of times, just the questions end up being weird, and I end up saying something that might be borderline stupid, or I don't be answering questions all the way, and then they go do their own interviews. But nah, it ain't nothing like that, man. Just the album ain't done. Cause my main focus was like, what people don't understand. I don't really got no 360 deal or nothing crazy like that, which is no shame on that. But when you have
Right.
those kind of deals, you get more tour support and things like that, and you get because the label gets a percentage of your touring money. So everything that we do on the stage, we got to pay for.
Right.
So you can't do both. You can't pay for the studio time and this and that because I'm not at that level of success yet. So we was really focusing on this tour for the past couple weeks and months before we went out. But I'm always working from time to time. So we got the songs. It's just a matter putting everything together and making sure people appreciate and get what they deserve.
Now I ask you this because I know you're still working and putting it together. But when it goes to recording this album and doing tracks and finding records, are you kind of putting the summertime prima donna in a blender, or are you like, I want a new sound, maybe
I
give
kn-
my people something different?
It's funny. Like a week before we finished the album, I don't ever want to hear it again. I perform it, but I don't listen to it, nothing like that. So
That's
it's
real.
just, but it's just not my character. When I was a kid, I wasn't growing up listening to a lot of music, things like that. When I was growing up, you had the radio, and you had MTV jams, right? But we ain't had no iPod money, no iTunes money, no Zoom money. We ain't had no internet money. So I ain't had no extensive library, nothing like that, like these other kids. So it's just not a habit of mine to sit down and listen to music a lot. So if I'm not doing that already, I'm for sure not finna sit down and listen to mine.
Most definitely.
But it's like, even past that, I don't want to do the same thing twice. I feel like you cheat yourself. Because of course, when your goal is monetary success or being the biggest, not it's if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Mind state, but that ain't what I'm looking for out of this music.
All right, now I got some questions, some rapid fire questions you can answer before I let you get out of here. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Favorite sports team?
Clippers.
Which era?
1999 to like 2006, 7.
That's the headband era, right?
Yeah, that's
D.
Darius Miles and Quinn Rich and all them, and Sam Cassell up to Baron Davis and Eric Gordon.
That was a great era right there. If you could load 3 albums on your iPhone, even though you're not a big album listener, if you can load 3 albums on your iPhone only, what would those 3 albums
That's
be?
easy. It'd be Yeezus, Back to Black by Amy Winehouse, and Lauren, and no, Portishead third.
Okay, I like those picks right there. Now, if you could work with anybody, who would it be?
Right now, probably like Daft Punk or somebody.
Daft Punk, so dope. People sleep on them.
See, when we was young, we was like, oh, shitty heaven. We was like, these dudes is hard because they just make beats.
Yeah.
They don't even talk. They just make beats.
They so cold, like people sleep on them. All right. If you could put together a West Coast collab record, who would you put on the record with you?
Do I got to be on it?
You can be on it if you want to. You don't have to. You could be the producer if you wanted to.
All right, who I would put on it? Like a new people or because it can go. It's so many people.
The list open. If you could pick a lineup.
E40. It would be E40, Kendrick. Actually, just that. I'm cool with that.
E40 and Kendrick.
E40, Kendrick, and like put Too Short on the hook or something, and then we cool.
That wouldn't be a bad record,
and
right?
What's the dude from Dang, I can't remember his name. From Sacramento. That's cold, like super cold. Mozzie.
Oh yeah.
The dude from Sacramento.
I hear a lot about him. All right, last one. Performance. If you could see anybody perform right now on a stage, dead or alive, who would you want to see?
I would say Michael Jackson, but I've seen that before.
Okay.
Because there's so many documentaries Michael Jackson performing. I seen Kanye. I probably want to see Lauryn Hill when she was like young performing.
Before the 3-hour delay?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I want to see.
Now.
I hope she doing all right too. Shout out Lauryn Hill, man.
She
life
good
hard.
peoples. It is.
Life hard. That's what people don't understand. Life be hard.
Especially on this end of the spectrum.
And when you got all them kids and all that, so shout out to her.
Now, last question, because I remember checking out an interview with you and Snoop actually, and you was like, yo, I'm in my Benz and I'm in the hood every day. Like I go to the grocery store, and I know a lot of artists approach you, and artists are gonna check this video out, and I'm sure artists are gonna run up to you tonight with CDs like, hey Vince, put me on, bro. Listen, what's your advice to artists out there that's trying to make their footprint?
Don't ever rap for nobody, like ever. That shit just so demeaning, and I know it's part of culture, but it's just you gotta think it's position. I think about stuff like this. You can't ask Whoop-de-Whoop to come to your radio station and rap, but you ain't gonna ask Ed Sheeran to come to your radio station and sing, because to me the mindset is like, oh, you gotta prove yourself because your music don't speak for itself enough.
Right.
And I don't believe in rapping people because it's like you put yourself beneath them. I don't let people rap for me. I like, just tell me where your music at, and don't ever go up to nobody like they better than you, because there's too many people in this world that feel like they better than somebody already. And do whatever you want. Just do whatever you want to make, whatever you want to make, and believe in it. If you believe in it, somebody else gonna believe in it.
That's real.
Because don't nobody know what they want no way. So if you walk around like you got the best thing that's ever happened, then it's the best thing that ever happened. The reason Lil Wayne was the best rapper alive at a certain point in time is because he said it. And he said it enough times. And it was about 2 years where he was saying it straight. And everybody was like, shut up, you sound crazy. And then one day everybody woke up and was like, he better than everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, Kanye been saying his whole life, he the best artist, and he, the best dress and all this other stuff. Back when he was looking crazy. And Everybody believed him. Jay-Z been saying he the best businessman. Everybody believe him, so you gotta believe in yourself.
Nah, that's real, because it's definitely that. Naptown, you just now tuning in. My man Vince Staples is here. We playing the record, Bag Back Like Crazy. Before I go, why was that the lead-off single?
I think we just put it out. They was like, you want to put that song out? And I was like, I don't care. Go ahead. And they put it out.
But it's working, though. And the record's nice. I like the record.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's cool. I mean, I just, like I said, I just make songs, bro. All the other stuff, that's up to, you know, I luckily we got some good people that work with us, just behind us, and it's going good. But I'm just here to put the songs. I want people to like the songs. I don't care about nothing else.
That's real. You say, y'all do the business work, I'll go record,
yeah,
and
because,
we figure it out.
Because I'm gonna count all my chickens, so like you ain't gonna be able to take nothing. So have fun. We can do whatever you want to do. No, it's no point in being in no situation if you ain't gonna, you know, trust the other parties. But it's like, you know what I'm saying, music is music, man. I just put it out. I put out my music like somebody who paint might put something in the museum. Right. It's like, you can put this over here, you can put that over there, put that over there. I don't care where it go, just put my name on it.
Just make sure I get the credit and it's out there to the world.
That's all I care about.
That's real right there. You just now tuning in, Vince Staples, kicking it with your boy. We appreciate y'all. Tonight, he's holding it down at the Old National Center. It's going down the Life Aquatic tour.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be a movie. I'm going, so we can sit there, we can hang, we can talk and watch a good show tonight. It's going to be a great performance. I've seen clips via the internet from some people. You know, the people always there with their phones out recording. I'm like, can't wait to see this show tonight.
Yeah, man, it's going to be fun.
So, funnest city so far?
I mean, I love this place. I walked around here for like an hour and a half trying to buy my mama something. The first time I was out here, I got lost. But I like it out here, man. I got some homies moved to the city from out here.
Yeah, Naptown, good place. A lot of people from the West like to come out here and hang out.
Man, it's great out here.
So, I appreciate you stopping through today, man, hanging out.
Man, thank you for having me.
For sure. See y'all tonight. We there, baby. It is Hot 963.